Hello? Hi, stranger.
I want ham and eggs and flapjacks with lots of butter and syrup and coffee. I'll take the coffee now.
Where is it coming from that rain? Where's my dough?
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing this bright and early Monday morning, Unc?
Hey, man. I'm great, man. I'm great. How you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain. If I did, it would be wrong.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So we back. So they let us do it again. So they allowed us to come back for a second week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, somebody must not be, hey man, somebody must be asleep at the wheel to let Uncle Freezy do a legit morning show that's not sports related.
Oh
Somebody
man,
somewhere, the powers that be, Chuck is asleep at the wheel. Is that what it is?
I, I think so. I think so.
Oh man.
Or the people that would demand that is not up yet. They're not up yet.
Oh, well, the early bird get the worm.
Yes, sir.
The early bird gets the worm. You know what? I'm gonna send out the bat signal. I'm gonna send out the word to let people know that we are here. We are live. Chuck Allen and Uncle Freezy. Vibes and stuff live. Come join the fun. All right. Come join the fun, y'all. All right. Boom. There we go. All right. Now I'm back. I probably should have did that a while ago, man, but mornings get busy, man. You ever notice you generally run out of time in the mornings? Like it seems like you're always running late in the mornings. You never running late in the afternoons. You ever notice
Right.
that, or is that just me?
No, that's usually how it goes out.
Just running late in the mornings, man. I of course, I have to grocery shop. So I'm in the store, like, hurry up, quick, it's an emergency. Where your toilet paper? And they're like, well, sir, the bathroom's up. No, not that kind of emergency, crazy. I'm running late. I just need some TP to take home. Some TP, some coffee, bread, cucumbers, some vegan stuff. And you know how you be in a rush to do certain type of, you know what I mean? But whatever.
Yes, sir.
That, and then you get here and technology wants to rebel. I don't know what it is. You ever notice technology wants to rebel, or is it me not being tech savvy?
Um. Well, give me a specific instance, and then I can tell you exactly what it is.
Okay, so I get here and my firewall stuff wants to restart, right? In the
Mhm.
middle of me editing some stuff for the show that I probably should have did yesterday. Is that technology rebelling, or is that just me being a slacker?
I'm going to shoot you straight. It's kind of you being a little bit of a slacker there, sir. Um,
Well,
because the fire like certain updates happen at a certain time.
right,
So if you're working in that time, you could possibly lose what you're doing or have to start
right,
what you're doing all over again
right,
because it has its own protocols that it runs.
right,
Like my cell phone updates as long as it's plugged into the power source. Like if it's just laying there, it won't update.
right,
And so I know that a certain time of the month or whenever I get the alert, um, whatever I'm doing, if it's important on my phone, I stop it. If I have to save, I'll save or bookmark, and then I'll let it
right.
run its updates.
Okay, okay. So it sounds like you are tech savvy.
Um, Not really.
I,
I know how to fake it till I make it.
I am what you call a slacker.
Okay.
But I digress. Let me do this. Let me ask a vibrant things. I am about to ask Chuck Allen. I'm about to ask Chuck Allen, what's in your cup, Chuck Allen?
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep. We can see that. Man, you are taking this health thing serious.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, we see you. I have. Okay, so this is a glass,
Hmm.
but for the sake of the conversation, this is what's in my glass. I slash cup, and I also have um coffee.
Okay.
And not overly sweet, sir. Not syrupy sweet coffee, man. It's not like the whole give me coffee slash hot chocolate with some honey and some whipped cream. No, it ain't none of that, man. It's just Joe.
Okay.
It's just Joe, man. It's that stuff we used to drink when we was out in the field.
Oh.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You like like you like, is this the coffee or the diesel fuel? You know what I'm saying? Did I get the diesel can or the coffee? I mean, geez, both of them brown, but whatever. Yeah, man. So, how was your weekend?
um, my weekend was quiet. It was quiet. Uh, I had some business that I needed to take care of that I didn't uh finish during the week. Um, I found Sunday afternoon to be very um I got a lot of work done. It
Okay,
was very productive. Um,
okay.
it's around about that time for tax season, so I got to get all of those things in order. Um,
Mm,
but my weekend was pretty good. It was pretty good. I didn't do anything extraordinary. Just a
okay,
regular weekend around the house.
okay,
Um, when I wasn't working, Netflix and chilling, or
okay.
what should I say, Amazon Prime and chilling.
Amazon Prime and chilling. Okay, all right. I got you. Lucky her. Yeah, no, I didn't do none of. I didn't do any of that stuff. Friday when you asked me what I was gonna do for the weekend, I mentioned Charleston and Myrtle Beach. I wound up doing neither. Right.
Okay.
Um, Saturday, um, I think we went shopping for gym clothes. That was a disaster. Wound up doing that stuff online. Could have stayed home. So the gym clothes caper continues. Right.
What
Um,
happened?
um, I I don't want, man. Listen, I don't want to dress like I'm 70.
Right.
Okay, that's the whole thing. And I don't want to dress like I'm 12. Right. So these places they don't have. Okay, so I'm a big guy, right? And if you know big guys, you already know off rip. First of all, the store's not going to either not have your size, or they're going to try to dress you like Clyde Frazier, right? I don't want to dress like Clyde Frazier in gym clothes, bro. You feel
Right.
me? Now, nothing against Clyde Frazier because he's an excellent person from what I hear, but I don't want to dress like Clyde Frazier is 90 years old. I don't want to dress like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Um, but here's the thing too. So I go around these places to look for items. You know what I'm saying? Like shirts, some pants, some joggers, some because listen, man, listen. I'm not dressing like Clyde Frazier. I just want to put it to you like that. Okay, y'all ain't gonna
What?
be, what I'm saying, having pictures of me on Instagram when I ain't looking like the mid shots. Like people get caught by accident. They be like, Nah, y'all ain't catching me. I'm not gonna be on IG like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on IG. I'll be fly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wound up ordering some stuff from the big and tall store, DXL.
Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar.
So it's yeah, so I ordered some stuff from DXL. Um,
What happened?
so I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna speak to their prices. I'm just gonna ask you to let me borrow $20.
Okay.
So you already know how that went. The shopping thing goes, right? So
Right.
if I got asked for money 2 days later, you already know what it was like for me spending money on clothes and things. But let me ask you this. Let me ask this so that we could keep the conversation going because I think sometimes, yeah, hey, vibrant ones. Listen, sometimes Chuck and I squeeze 2 hours worth of conversation in like 1 hour, and it's easy to do that. Chuck, you notice that?
Yes.
Yeah, we sometimes we squeeze 2 hours of conversation in a 1 hour show, and we can either do one or two things: either try to trim it to an hour, or make the show 2 hours. And I can't make the show be 2 hours because Knicks fans that wait on the Knicks morning drive afterwards will have a hissy fit if they can't complain about Tom Thibodeau. So so
Yeah.
I'm
The
about to ask.
conversation be so. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Conversation be so good. Yes, we do try to get as much as we possibly can in within the hour. Sometimes that hour is just not enough. But that again, that's what happens when you have good company and you're having good conversation. Because if it was the opposite, time would be moving too slow. Like, when is this
Right,
going to end? Um,
right, right.
so any of the vibrant ones listening out there to this morning, if you have any suggestions or topics or things you want to get off your chest, just post them in the chat. Uh, and if we have time, we'll get to them. If not, we'll save it for another show.
Right.
Um,
Or hit us up on Twitter at underscore
yes,
vibes underscore in underscore stuff. It's right there in the corner. Y'all see it right there in the corner.
there you
So
go.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I'm about to ask Chuck Allen this.
Mhm.
So how's the weather where you are?
Well, to me, it's kind of nippy, but I think today it's about. I think the high is going to be about 37.
Mm.
Right now it's about 28.
Mm.
So to me, it's a little nippy. Those seasoned New Yorkers.
Yeah, hey,
Uh,
let me ask this. Let me because I've been wanting to clarify for the vibrant ones, right? Because the thing is, so I am a southerner, I guess, because
okay.
I was born in the city. I was born in New Jersey,
Hmm.
lived there for 1,000 years, and then I moved down south and established a family life here. Does that make me a southerner, or does that make me a transplant? I
I,
don't know I don't know what you call it.
what? This is a morning show, so I'm gonna remove a little bit of the vulgarity when it comes to describing someone such as yourself and myself. It all depends on who you ask.
Right.
Um, most New Yorkers are guys from up north because I say yes sir and no sir. Um, man, you can hear that southern twang, man. Yes
Mm,
sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I'm like, yo, shut up. Whereas
right.
when I'm down south, you know, uh, it's different. Well,
Right.
why you talk so proper? Uh,
Right.
uh, okay.
He
So
think he better than us.
I think if you're somewhere more than 10 years, you're from that place.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm from South Carolina then, because I've been in
Okay.
South Carolina now for 25 or so years. Right. But here's the thing. Here's the reason why I asked for the differentiation, if that's a word. Right. I asked for that because um the lifestyle is so my moms and pops, my moms and my pops and a lot of my uncles and my mother family, they were transplants the other way. They moved from down south. They moved out the woods to the city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I have family deep on Long Island. My great grandmother, my uncle Matthew, my uncle Charlie. And I don't
Mhm.
know why down south people say Charlie. Why
I
is
don't know.
up north is Charlie, right? Down south is Charlie. You know,
Charlie.
I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, anyway. So out on Long Island, way out, way deep on Long Island. I can't remember um where at on Long Island, but we used to fish out there a long time ago,
Okay.
back in the 80s. Um, and so we have people. I have people on Long Island, people in the Bronx, people in Brooklyn, um, definitely in Jersey, all over. Um, you know, and so, but they all migrated from the deep woods. They all migrated from places like Blair, places like Darlington,
Blair.
Florence. Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
man. Yeah, man. Blair is little too. Blair is small,
Yeah.
small, bro. So places like that migrated to the big city, and you can tell in the way they go about their business and stuff, their daily lives. Like some people, they left the woods, but the woods never left them, even though they lived in places. Even though they lived in places like Crown Heights, they
Yeah.
were still country to their heart, right? It is still country to their heart. You know what I'm saying? You know, like um when it came time to kill a hog or something, they would make the trip down south so they can get some of that good hog sausage. You know what
Man,
I'm saying?
man.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, um, but since you've lived in both places, though,
Right.
how does the weather affect you, knowing that you lived in both places?
Um, I'll say this as a teenager moving to the South, um, it was different. It was different from New York from because at that time it really didn't get as cold,
Right.
in my opinion. Like everybody else would be freezing, and I'm like, man, it's only 55 or 50 degrees outside. Like this is good football weather. What y'all talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all got to put on tights and long
Yeah.
john already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but as time went on, I realized I was like, yo, it really get cold down here.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
because if anyone's ever dealt with a wood burning stove or a fireplace, let me explain something to you. Uh, you want to know it's cold out there? Go chop a log and watch the axe bounce off of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's because it's frozen. You go outside. Oh man, it's snowing. No, that's just the dew
Yeah.
frozen on the grass and on the trees and things like that. Uh,
Right.
the one great thing about the South, if there's a little bit of snow, a little bit, everything is shut down. Everything is
Shut it
closed.
down.
Shut it
Yeah,
down
man.
all the way. And I'm like, over this?
Over that.
Like, this is gonna
Yeah.
be gone in a couple hours, and y'all, this is a state of emergency?
Yes.
Yes.
All the Newports are gone. All the Newports. Staffa Don is in the building. What's good?
Salute, Stanford.
Yeah, man. So I asked that, man, because of just what you said, like the difference between not cultures, because I think you can take culture with you, right?
Absolutely.
Right, like shout out to my Caribbean folks that brought the culture with them from the Caribbean to these new places, and we get to experience their culture,
Right.
like pigeon peas and rice. Yes, I'll take some of that. Yeah. Oh, and look, Staffordon is in the building. So yeah, that was right on time right there. Yeah, like as we go from one place to another, you know what I'm saying, we take cultures and things with us and get to experience different things. You know what I
Right.
mean? And some cultures are so similar but described so differently. It amazes you when you know, for instance, like when my uncles would when it came time for them to kill a hog, we like during the summertime we be feeding the hog, right? He'd be like, go feed that
Right.
hog, man. Go take that bucket of slop over there, feed the hog. And I'm like, man, I ain't going down there in my new shoes, messing around with the old hog pen. You like bacon, don't you? I'll be right, Unc. When you want me to rinse this bucket out when I'm finished? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, as we go about these different things, man, and culture and music and similarities, and for instance, when met a dude once, right? We was in a store,
Right.
right? We was in a store. This is the 80s. I was real naive, bro. This is like the early 80s. I'm young as hell, man. I'm like 14, right? I bump into excuse me, man. I look, he got dreads, right? Got like conch shell on it
Mm-hmm.
and twist, you know what I'm saying? And I look,
Right.
I'm like, ew, what's that? And he looking at me, and I got cornrows. All you know what I'm saying, bring all the way down, like hanging box braids, whatever. And he's
Right.
like, ew, what is that? And I'm like, this is fly, son. And he's like, nah, this is. And me and him wind up talking over that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause when I look, I see dreads. I'm like, yo, that's mad unfamiliar to me. You know what I'm saying? And he looking at me like box braid, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is the early 80s, bro. I'm talking about box braids, impeccable. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Every part is greased, every line is super straight. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't. So anyway, I guess I went off on this thing about cultures and how the similarities or whatever.
Right.
But let me not do that. Let me not waste much of our time with talking about culture and things like that, man, and maybe get into this.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
man.
on our JOB today. Let's
Yeah, man.
go.
Let's
Let's
get it.
go, Unc. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Um, you got anything on the health and lifestyle front?
Uh well, one thing as we saw earlier this morning when you asked me what was in my cup, um, water, man.
Okay.
water's an important part of your daily living. Um, I have friends and family members who refuse to drink water.
Right.
Refuse. And uh, after being going through what I've gone through, uh, I know that hydration is essential.
Right.
Um, so waking up in the morning to a nice cold glass of water, keeping a bottle of water with you throughout the day,
Right.
cut back on a lot of that soda and sugary drinks. I know
Right.
they taste good. Uh, for me, what's helped with me is with the seltzer water. You know, it has the it has all of the things that soda gives you, except without the sugar and high glucose uh, numbers.
Right.
So whenever you get an opportunity, drink some water, stay hydrated. Um, yeah,
Okay. Okay. I got a lifestyle tangent. I would just wanted to jump on just real quick.
let's go.
Um, young fellas, y'all styles are ridiculously corny. Okay, young fellas, listen to me. Young fellas, hey, you should not show up to a job interview with a wife beater on. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
no, a wife beater is only appropriate indoors, right? Now I know y'all done seen Baby Boy, that movie 25 times because of BET, right? But wife beaters are meant to be indoors. That's why they are sold in the underwear section.
Right.
Young fellas, one more thing. One more thing, young fellas. Just because a shirt has a collar doesn't mean it's a dress shirt, right? Every shirt with a collar is not a dress shirt. Okay. Just because you put a just because you know you swagged out and your shirt got a collar and they got a horse with a man riding it on the thing, that's not a dress shirt, bro. That's a polo shirt, right? So when
Yep.
someone asks you to wear a dress shirt and you put on a polo shirt, it's not the same thing, young fella. And pull your pants up. So yes, so young fella, the other thing too is Jordans have not taken the place of dress shoes. Now I will wear Jordans with a suit. I'll do that because I've gone through the years of wearing dress shoe, the appropriate wear, right? The appropriate wear. Okay.
Okay.
So I choose now that I'm at a certain stage, I can do that. If you've accomplished nothing, you can't do that. Ladies, pajama pants don't go with everything, right? And if you come out the house with pajama pants on, you know what you tell the world? That you would rather be in bed than be out.
Mm.
That's Uncle Freezy's lifestyle tip of the day.
Well, you gotta be careful. Monique got in trouble for saying what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, what's for in the house and what's not in the house. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the cool thing with us is what's trouble? Trouble, what's trouble?
What is trouble? The- I'm glad that we touched on this because I wanted to kind of double back to something that you were saying earlier about not wanting to dress old, right? Is it the style of clothing? Is it the cut of clothing? Is it not wanting to go from athletic wear to something more casual? What is it that you uh that you're deeming is older about your apparel?
About me
No,
personally
no, that
or just in
that
general?
that okay, maybe I'm messing up the question. So you say you don't want to look old, right? You don't want to
Right?
dress
Me,
old. You
yeah.
don't want to dress like
Yeah.
Clyde.
I
Is
don't
it
want to look
suits
like
and things or
no, I'm talking about gym clothes. Now this is
gym
gym clothes
clothes?
specific.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to look like I got snatched out of a 1970s ABA All-Star game. I don't want to
Oh, okay.
rock a headband and wristbands, you know what I'm saying, and a tank top with a number on it. You know what I'm saying? You remember that from back at nah.
Right.
That ain't my style, bro. It's not in 2022, bro. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to look like I got snatched out of your auntie photo album, right?
Okay. Okay. Uh, I know that a lot of people, a lot of men. I'm speak specifically for the men. A lot of men don't know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate because they didn't have anybody to uh to teach them. And so when you say, put on, a dress shirt, m- most of these guys, um, if they did go to church or they went somewhere where they had to dress up, it was probably when they were younger. So the polo shirt and khakis is what your mama will put on you.
When you five, yeah,
Right. Some people haven't grown out of that
yeah,
stage yet. Like, wait a minute, man. Like we're going to a funeral, man. What are you doing? Look like you're about to
yeah,
clock in at Target. Like, what are you
yeah.
like? No. Uh, that might be the reason. No, let me not say that.
Controversy in the morning.
Okay. So because I'm trying to I don't know why I'm trying to be so politically correct, but w- when you don't have uh someone to come in like I've always had, men in my life, older cousins, uncles, um, godfather, who showed me, all right,
Right,
this is how you tie a tie. This is how you do a bow
right,
tie.
right,
Um, these are dress shirts.
right,
These are casual shirts.
right.
Just because they got buttons that go up, it don't make them a dress shirt either.
Yeah,
This is
right. Exactly.
no, this is not the right collar for that jacket. Like those type of things, everyone doesn't get those lessons, right? And I think it's up to those who have received, that teaching to pass it on to some of the younger brothers that are out there who don't know that, they really don't know any better. Um, but one thing that I learned at a very young age, uh, there was this guy, uh, a local hustler, if you will.
Right,
Um, Back in the day, like you just couldn't be out on the block. Somebody had to co-sign you. You
right,
couldn't just, oh, because I got these cough drops, I'm gonna sell them.
right,
No, that's not going to happen.
right,
And so, everyone knew my mom in the neighborhood. So to see me out on the block, I'm like, what are you doing out here? And uh, this guy, he sees me one day, he sees me with these guys, and he was like, hey man, what you doing with them guys? Oh, we're just kicking it. Oh, so when the police come, and they are going to come, and you have to run, are you going to be pulling your pants up while you're running? When
Right.
you got to hop over that fence, you're going to have time to
Right.
pull your pants up? He was
And
like,
tie your
man,
Timbs.
he said that's ridiculous. And then
Yeah.
he goes into a whole spill about where that whole thing came from of sagging your pants and all this kind of stuff. And
Right.
so he goes, how you going to be around a bunch of men with your butt out?
Right.
Says that changes the whole dynamic of, sagging being cool to, bro, it's a bunch of men in here.
Mhm.
What you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
understand people have their other lifestyles that people live, but if that's not what you're doing, that's not what you're about. Pull your pants up.
And then
Just pull them
tighten
up.
up. Yeah. Yeah.
Like is man. Listen, yeah, it was this. Oh, this
Sound
is
like you about to get on the altar. Sound like you about to pull out the soapbox.
because I kind of because it's all right. It's going too far now, man. Like I go to the store. I got to get my honey turkey on a hero, and while I'm ordering, it's like I got to stand there and wait for my order, and it's just butt crack everywhere, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
but this guy tries to talk to this girl, right? And she shut him down. She shut him down.
Right.
She was like, whatever, whatever. And so he gets mad at her, like you ain't all that anyway. You lucky I said anything to you. Now,
Wow, that's lame.
the lamest about the whole story is you're sagging, bro, but you got on dirty drawers. Like they
Hello.
dirty, dirty. Like they
Yeah.
are dirty, dirty. Like
Right. Right.
there's no reason for you to spill coffee on the back of your boxes. But bro,
Yeah.
and you in her face out here in
Mm,
front of this store, and
yeah.
now everyone's laughing because you can't hide it. Because
Right.
what sense does that make?
Hey, well, you know what? Since we getting pressed for time, that'll be a perfect segue into um the relationship corner.
Okay.
Because we're yeah. So we can continue, but let's do this. Wait, let's do this. All right. Wait a minute. Is that the wrong one? I think that's the wrong one. Anyway, where is
Salute DSJ.
DSJ in the building? So let's
Subliminal 209.
okay. DSJ in the building. So Chuck, that is funny, right? You how you gonna holler and you not ready to holler really? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna holler? How you gonna walk up to a lady, right? And this is just me being Uncle Freezy, right?
Right.
You see a lady, you're like, wow, okay, I see you, girl. And you walk up to her, and Chuck, I know everybody game is different, right? Because you got to have a certain level of confidence to holler at a lady, a total stranger, right? You walk up to a lady, you be like, say, man, you just say whatever it is. What do you say to a lady when you first see her? You macking. You just like when you first see him.
It
You
dep- it depends. It
it,
depends. It depends. It
it depends
depends.
on the situation, like what the mood is like. Is it are you in on the subway? Are you at work? Are you know what I'm saying? Um are you at a party? You know what I'm saying?
All those settings have a different opening. Like I would, my approach would be different.
Right.
And I'm a watcher. I pay attention. I see what's going on before I uh, even approach, because not taking correct inventory can have you looking silly in the face by even approaching. Because some people get dumbfounded by beauty
Right.
or her physical attraction, and then boom, you jump out there and you just lay an egg because you wasn't on point. Now, if we're on the train, um, very very simple. Um, I'm trying to get the Horton Skimmerhorn. This is the right train,
Okay. All right.
and then go from there. Yeah,
Something subtle.
something subtle.
Right. Okay. So I'm different. Right. I ain't getting pitter patter around with no. I'm Uncle Freezy. Right. So I'm I'm like, so if you see somebody, I don't know, like the dude at the bodega, right? And you in line, whatever. I see a whatever. I'm gonna be like, hey, excuse me, miss. I've been looking around for something, but you the best thing I've seen since I've been in here. My name is Uncle Freezy. Ben. That's where I'm going. Off rip.
Okay, okay,
Miss Mocha, did that sound right? Miss Mocha gave me a thumbs up. Okay, I'm good.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So I'll be more forward. Like, you know, instead of like, hey, can you show me where the hot sauce is? I'm like, nah, I'm like, I ain't gonna be that dude because sometimes because you ever like wanted to talk to a girl and then she gave you the look like, why are you disturbing me? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I just get straight to it. I'll be like, listen, short, look, you the best looking thing I've seen all day. And I couldn't let this opportunity pass without at least saying something to you or being complimentary. My name is Uncle Freezy. You know what I'm saying? I know that's corny, that's old school. People like, oh, you in that 1960s game. But I mean, I think you should be more straightforward. With me, I would probably try to be more straightforward than you, because you Chuck Allen. I already know what it's like in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? They be saying the light skinned, good hair dudes, you know what I'm saying, just pull them all. You know what I'm saying? Just Chuck, Chuck, Chuck Allen, the light skinned, good hair fella. Chuck Allen is the Maxwell of Vibes and Stuff Live in the morning. You know what
Nah,
I'm
man.
saying? But
Nah.
but yeah, with me, I've always been like, and I'm not gonna be intimidated by. Have I been turned? Have I been turned down? Yes, bro. If you've never heard what happened between me and this lady, this reggae star named Patra, bro, it's the funniest dish you ever heard in your life. Yeah, it's so man, Chuck. So what happened was, and I'll be real short because I know we short on time. So I broke up, and I'm a fast forward through a lot of stuff. So I was in a relationship with this girl in Louisiana. I proposed to her, right? I skipped town, moved to Texas. Didn't tell
Mhm.
her, right? I'm in a club in Houston because Patra's gonna be there, right? We go to see Patra. Well, my ex fiance, the one that I jilted, shows up in the club. We make eye contact. Both of us are shocked, like, I'm like, oh snap, it's her. And her girls are like, oh, that's him.
Uh-oh.
So she come over, right, and pour. you ordered a pitcher of beer for your table.
Yes.
So she come over and pour two pitchers of beer on my head. I'm in the club, right? But I'm Uncle Freezy, so I do something crazy. I take my shirt off, and this is back when Uncle Freezy used to be somebody. I take my shirt off and show off my body and wring out the shirt in front of all the girls in the club. I'm just wringing out my shirt. The bouncer, security, man, you got to have a shirt on. And I'm like, but look at this though. You know what I'm saying? And so this is Uncle Freezy being immature. I'm not saying this is the way to be, right? So I wring out my shirt, and I'm like, I ain't got no shirt. So the club guy is like, yo, get him a shirt out the back. It'll be $20. So while they going to get me a shirt, I see Patra at the bar. She had just performed. I walk over there without my shirt on because I'm thinking I'm getting ready to impress Patra. You know what I'm saying? I am good. Chuck, it don't, I swear, it doesn't make that much sense for one person to have this much confidence. Like back then, not now. Back now, I'm mature. Back then, I was immature, right?
Right.
So I walk up to Patch, I put my hand on the bar, and I'm like, hey, I'm Uncle Freezy. She's like, security. And I'm like, hey, what you calling security? You need help? You need me to go rustle somebody? She was like, my drink is getting warm. I was like, I'll buy the bar. She was like, hey, you're not getting the hint. Get out of my face. Yo, she.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, hey, hold on for just.
Yeah, man. I want to take time to thank all the people that came to kick it with us this morning. Hewlett Samuel, Subliminal 209, DSJ, the original DSJ,
The
Stafford
original
Don.
Stafford Don.
We thank you guys for coming out with us early this morning. Brooklyn Buddha, S. Brooklyn. Yeah, that's
South BK's in the building.
we appreciate y'all kicking it with us, vibes and stuff live in the morning.
No doubt. So Chuck, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You ever heard of this thing called a crush?
Yes. I've had a few in my day.
How long does a crush last?
A crush. I don't think a crush ever really goes away.
Wow.
Because there have been women that I've had crushes on since we were teenagers, and I've seen some of them recently, and like, man, still, if you gave me an opportunity, I would definitely converse with you. But I think from a pursuit standpoint, uh, I don't know. Maybe until you find another crush. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. Uh,
I always thought crushes were like a temporary thing. So maybe that's just me. I'll give you an example. This lady now, since we're older, shoot, she should be 50 something now, right? When we were young, she used to have a crush on me, right? And it's nothing, no big deal, right? And I'm not trying to make this the Uncle Freezy crush hour. That ain't it. I'm just saying, since this is the topic, you know what I'm saying? So she used to have a crush on me, and she used to come over. And what happened with, and so I give some backstory. On certain days, the city used to make you park on certain sides of the street so the street sweeper could come, right?
Yeah, alternate
And
side of the street parking.
yeah. And so on on certain days, her mom would let her go outside and let her play double dutch with the kids, with the crew. Other days she'd be in the window. Her mom was real protective. They had some family stuff going on. I ain't gonna get into that,
Right.
right? But she was a cutie, right? I mean, she was a little cutie, right? But she was just too young. She was too young for. But man, she loved some Uncle Freezy, right? You hear me? When I say she used to love some Uncle Freezy, she used to, like, me and my sister would be arguing, like we'd be playing pity pat, you know what I'm saying, for a penny, right? Playing pity pat for a penny. And my sister would cheat. And I get mad. I'm like, get my penny. And and I almost slipped and said her name. I almost slipped and said the girl name. Right. I say it anyway. So Nicole used to get mad. And she'd be like, she'll push my sister. And cut because give him his penny. And she's so little, you know what I'm saying? And my sister be like, you better get your wife before I hurt her. And she'd be like, that's right. And I'm like, so I'm like, this ain't that ain't my wife. But she had a crush so bad, she used to try to act like it when we was kids, right?
Right.
So fast forward 1,000 years, might be 2,000 years. Fast forward 2,000 years. I bid Uncle Sam adieu and come back, and I'm still in the egomaniac stage of every time something happened, I had to take my shirt off. Right. So I come back. I'm in the city, and I see her. She walking down the stairs, and I swear, it's like that movie Friday. Remember Miss Parker when they played the Rolls Royce song?
Oh yeah.
Dum, dum, dum. She walking down the stairs. I'm like, oh, who is that? And my auntie is like, you know, that's that girl that used to have a crush on you. And first of all, why aunties always got to be so loud and inappropriate? Right?
I don't know.
Right. They just bust out. They just talk. They just bust out and just talk. They don't understand like the moment. So my auntie, my Aunt Mary, that's that girl. She was used to write you letters all the time. You broke her heart. Her letters used to come back. And I'd be like, they didn't forward the mail to me. She writing me, but I'm not getting what you want me to do. Right? So I see her and I go talk to her. And she like, man, you broke my heart. And I'm like, I broke your heart? How? I ain't did nothing. She was like, you know, you gave me the wrong address or something, or I was doing the address. And I was like, but we here now. And she like, nah, the crush is over. Crush is, see, in my case, the crush always had been temporary. Right.
Okay.
So maybe she moved on and matured or whatever, but I don't know. The whole crush chat. Tell us somebody please, because me and Chuck, we don't have a different of opinion. We have a difference of experiences. And so if y'all want to, man, let us know how y'all feel about the whole crush thing.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: Is a crush infatuation?
I don't know.
or because okay,
What's the other option? What was the other option you were gonna say?
um, I was gonna say it's either
A
a
crushes or infatuation or
Unc, I'm I'm lost right this second.
okay.
I'm not sure what I was gonna ask. Um, but the reason I'm asking is because I know one thing's for certain. If you like someone, uh, that thing never really like uh completely goes away. If
Okay.
it's just infatuation, um, I feel like infatuation is a phase that can, that you'll go through. Um, and I think with most people, uh, in most situations, they're stuck in the infatuation phase. Um,
Okay.
or once that phase is over, it's like, oh man, I don't really like that person like that. But crushes, um, the only reason why I say that they never go away is because I find myself uh reminiscing.
Okay.
And sometimes when you reminisce, it can be a bad thing,
Right.
especially if you start venturing out into those social media waters.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I didn't know they had a profile or a page, or let
Right.
me, oh wow. Oh wow. And then now all of these memories of yesteryear are now flooding uh your mind, and hey, you remember me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I done
I
got in
feel
too much trouble, too
yeah.
much trouble like that, man.
Right.
Oh man, why did I open those can of worms? It was a reason why I
Right.
stopped talking to her. Uh
Right.
but at the time it was just like one of those things like, oh man, I'm crushing on her.
Right.
But at the same time, a song that just came into my head uh by a young MC by the name of Todd Smith.
Yeah.
Hey lover, this is more than a crush.
Right.
So maybe it is only temporary feelings.
Maybe. Maybe. But at the same time, because like when I think of crush, this should show you how mature I am, right? When I think of crushes, I think about next Friday, Baby D and Craig Cousin. What's Craig Cousin name? And oh geez, I forget
Day
his
Day?
name. Day Day. Yeah, how Baby D had a crush on Day Day. She wanted to beat him up but love him at the same time, which is weird because you like how you want to love somebody or be with somebody and beat them up at the same time. You remember the scene when it was on the backside of Pinky's store, and she was like,
Yes.
"Yo, this is my cousin, Baby D," and she's like, "Hey," and he's like, "Yeah, Baby D," no, she had a crush on Craig,
Crush on
right?
Craig. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a crush on one of yeah. She had a crush on Craig. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it just is, I don't know. Crushes are strange, man. Crushes are strange. Hey, Rick V is in the building. What's good, Rick V?
Salute, Rick.
And so I'm trying to figure it out. The whole thing with crushes, not because I'm interested in crushes and stuff. I'm past that, you know. But at the same time, the conversation is interesting to me. Like, how long do we hold on to certain feelings? It reminded me of that song by LTD, "Holding On." It's very hard to
Mm,
do when the love is gone. And for those that don't know that song, that's the song that the New Edition kids was singing in the New Edition movie. Kind of remind me of that a little bit. Anyway, man, this hour has come and gone so fast, bro.
yeah.
This hour flies by.
It does.
Um, you want to say something to the vibrant ones out there before we wrap up and get out of here?
Well, I want to thank everyone again for coming out and supporting, kicking it with us from the hours of 8 to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Yours truly, Chuck Allen and Uncle Freezy. To all of my vibrant ones out there, this is Vibes and Stuff live in the morning. We appreciate your patriotism. Have a great day. Come on, see us tomorrow, same time.